So you want to get that big buck this fall? Follow along today to learn how to check your arrows to make sure that they're as straight as possible. I got these fletched, so I'm going to check them out today. We're going to set them on here and spin them so we know which arrows are good enough to hunt with and which ones are practice only. All right, what I have here is a arrow inspector. What this is a little device where you'll rest your arrow on top of these wheels on both sides of this, or you can put it in the center and spin the arrow through the center, and that'll give you an indication of what kind of wobble your arrow has. The more wobble that your arrow has, the more inaccurate it's going to be. You want the straightest shaft possible. So this is just like a super simple product that I got, but it is a very good one. So I got some new arrows. So I've also got some new field tips. So I'll get my new arrows and put some new field tips on these. So this really is super simple. You'll just set the arrows so it's equidistant in the middle of this arrow inspector, and then you just spin it, and you want to look at the tip of the arrow to see how much wobble that it has in it. If it doesn't have that much wobble, that's perfect. If you've got a lot of wobble in it, you know that that's not going to be your most accurate arrow. The straightest shafts are going to shoot the most accurately and consistently. So what I'll do first is I go through and check all my arrows and see which ones are the straightest, and as I'm doing that, I'll set them in different stacks where I have approximately which one is the straightest and most accurate, and then I'll go back into those stacks where my straightest ones are, and I'm going to start numbering my arrows. As you're spinning the arrow shaft, look at the end of the field point. The ones that have a little bit more wobble to them aren't going to be as accurate, especially when you put broadheads on. So this is a super straight shaft. Wish they were all like this. Since this arrow was so straight, I'm going to go ahead and set it up as number 1. Another thing that can help your arrows be more accurate is having the same arrow weight. So I've got this scale, so I can put all my arrows on the scale and see exactly how many grains they are. So like how much heavier that one is. That one's 565 grains. So that one's a good bit heavier. So that one might shoot a fair bit different. Ideally, you're going to get all your arrows approximately the same weight. So I got 544 on that one. And 544 on that one. Numbers 8 and 9. So I've got all the arrows, they're all weighed. I got them all numbered, they're spun, they're ready to go. I know which ones have a little bit of a weight variance now, so when I go out and shoot at close distances, you're not going to see that much of a difference. But once you stretch it out towards like 60, 70, 80 yards plus, then you're going to see a lot more difference in your arrow impact from one to the other if you've got a big weight variance in there. So that's why we're making sure that our arrows are straight and they're as close together in weight as we can get. After I get done actually shooting in the arrows, I'll color code them with these permanent map markers so I know which ones are a hunting arrow and which ones are just a practice arrow. I got the arrows in the case, bow's all set up. Now it's time to get out in the yard and do some practicing. For your shooting form, you want to work on being super consistent. Get the exact same body position every single time. Same release, same grip, everything. Every single time. You can see these groups are coming in nice and tight when you perform consistently. This group is at 40 yards. So you can see I can get my fingers all the way around it. So I'm happy with the grouping on that. This is a brand new string on my bow, arrows freshly fletched. So just work on adjusting your sights so that everything moves into the center of the target. But just keep watching all your arrows to see which ones are flying and grouping well together. But a 3-shot group like this at 40 yards is something I'm super happy with. So I made a couple of adjustments to the bow to move my arrow impact, and now it's hitting about where I want it. So for this group, I can definitely work with this. So you just want to watch your arrows as they fly through the air all the time to see if any arrows have any wobble or any of them are consistently going outside of your group. If you have one arrow that is going outside of your grouping consistently, that's one you want to move that one for just practice only. But if you're getting nice tight groups out of your arrows, then you're good.
Check out 40 yards in slow motion.
So I got all these arrows that I shot today, earned the coveted H. They are a hunt-worthy arrow. A big thank you to Will for getting my bow set up with new strings and refletching all my arrows for me. So hopefully everybody learned something here today. So like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.